The head coach of the East Cobb Yankees, James Beavers. And James, welcome back to Farmington.
Never gets old.
No, and that's a topic and what we want to talk to you about today. You know, you've brought a team here year after year after year, won several championships. How do you explain to the new kids that come into your program and their parents what the World Series experience is like?
You know, we depend a lot on our kids from the year before. Like, we've got 6 or 7 kids from last year, so we're going to depend on them a lot to talk about. You know, when we go on trips, sometimes we'll bring the CDs from the year before and put them on the bus and let them play a little bit. And, parents will bring the scrapbooks around and pictures of all the crowds and everything. We talk about it, but until somebody can really, that's been there, and you know, they can really relate to them, it's hard for me as a coach to really explain, because they're not used to anything like this. There's nothing like this in youth baseball. You know, they're used to going to some place where they have 8 parents and 3 girlfriends at the ball game. You know, and so there's nothing like this anywhere in. You know, we tell them that the 2 greatest amateur events in baseball are College World Series and Connie Mack World Series. And I've had players in the big leagues even now that'll, you know, Mike Owens plays for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just talking to him yesterday, said it's probably one of the greatest experiences he ever had in his life. So.
You know, the kids come off the bus. They're greeted by one of the local dance squads, entertained. Taken inside, they register. They go in for their team meeting, and they have the hamburger fry. That's all in one day. I mean, I got to imagine the kids sometimes might be like deer in headlights after the end of that first day.
First day gets them kind of excited. The reality hits when they go to the ballpark. When all of a sudden, before they even walk into the dugout, they've been asked for 50 autographs and signing everything in sight, and kids coming up to them and wishing them luck. And this is nothing I've ever experienced before. So I think that's probably that's the defining moment, I think, at that point.
And you mentioned that, you know, youth baseball just doesn't have anything else like this. Got to be a huge advantage for the AABC to put on a big show like this.
It is, and this is you know, and it's known all over the baseball world or country, you know, or you know, about this event. And so we have people that want to be a part of it, and you know, it helps us in recruiting our players to tell them they got a chance to come to Farmington, and you know, it's a big selling point for kids.
You've got a very successful program, as we mentioned, several championships at this event. You keep bringing a team back year after year, and I wonder, even for the coaches, it's got to be a big kick.
It is a big kick. Getting here is a little bit tough, as we've talked about. Once you're here, it's just, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting. You know, it's exciting for us to be able to be out here and you know, and represent our program and let our kids be in this environment. And you know, our kids deserve it. They've worked hard for it.
Well, and many of these kids have probably played since they were knee-high to a grasshopper, and this is really their last chance to play all together as a team. And what an event to really end, you know, this kind of a career before they go on to their next one.
Absolutely, and that's what we tell them in the dugout just the other day. It's the last time you're ever going to play together. Some of these guys have played since they were 8 years old together. Some of them played in the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, we spend 12 months a year doing things together, and for the last 2 or 3 years. So it's a great way to go out. You know, I would not have liked to have gone out last week losing at the regionals or something, you know. And we don't ever come here looking to win. We've been fortunate enough to win some, but we never come here and put that pressure on ourselves. The fellow from the newspaper just asked me, he said, "Are you going to use last year being to the finals and not winning as, you know, that disappointment?" I said, "No, there was no disappointment, none at all." You know, everybody in pro ball, if you ask them where they want to be when the first opening day, said they would like to be playing the last day, which means they're in the last game of the World Series. They don't care if they win or lose, they're playing in the World Series. Well, you guys do a great job, and my hat's off to you guys, because you know, that's part of the whole aura of the thing, is the newspaper and the radio and just the job you do with everything. And it's an honor to be here and be around you guys.
They have in the schedule, they list the World Series in Farmington, New Mexico, and that is the goal of every team.
That's the goal, just to get here and enjoy this and have fun and let what happens happens. Because, you know, I've had great teams and lost 2 and out, and And we've had teams that I didn't think was good as some teams that went 2 and out that we made it and won it. So, you know, you just never know what happened. And we were talking in there, if you go in tomorrow night with that game against, you know, Midland and I have a great game and a great tradition against each other and with each other and out here. And one of us, it's built up to be a great game, and one of us may go in that ballpark tomorrow and just totally, young kids may just react, and it may not be a good game at all. We don't know. You know?
Well, James, appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And it's, as always, it's a pleasure to see you back in Farmington at the World Series. And you're a class act as well, and we do enjoy visiting with you, well, even if it is only once a year.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, James. That's a little bit about the World Series experience in Farmington, New Mexico.
Both these clubs, they both have a good following.
Fly ball, it's popped up, it's high enough, I don't think it's deep enough though. Coming over is Jonathan Taylor, he makes the catch. That's going to be the ball game, your 2008 Connie Mack World Series champions, the East Cobb Yankees. Your final score, the East Cobb Yankees 4 and the Midland Redskins 2.
I mean, by all means, it was not all me. It was definitely a team effort and defense and offense, and you can't win a ball game without the defense.
It was awesome, you know. We get to go home and put a 08 up on the scoreboard at our hometown and our home park, so it's going to be pretty cool years from now looking at that 08 saying we won this.